Hey, all right, here we are playing a little bit of Minecraft. This is our therapy world, doing a little Minecraft therapy. And when last we left off, we were working on trying to make a spider spawner experience chamber, and this is what we ended up with. I didn't look anything up. I just trial and error this bad boy, and we made some errors. Holy smokes! Um, uh, but I settled on little half slabs in the corner, trapdoors everywhere, some water coming down, and then kind of tiered out, and then it comes down diagonally. A couple more trapdoors here, some signs, and then it'll pop up right here, and then there is a block on top to keep us from shooting out. Well, now we're stuck in here because of the soul soil. Let's go ahead and F1, and there we go. There's our axe. Cool. Okay, so click click. Um, so here we are. We have two chambers, one right behind me here and one right behind me here, and both of those chambers have the same setup now. And I built this one first, so it doesn't have it's not uniform on the trapdoor side. And we made some mistakes. Holy smokes, did we make some mistakes? One of the things we did was when we built where the I kept wanting to say salmon there for a second. Um, when we built this, we did it in a way that I was trying to replace whatever top block was here because I was planning on forcing the spiders up, but I didn't know the area or how it was going to work to keep them in. And I had a bunch of fencing here going up, and I thought it was going to keep them in. And there was tons of spiders in just this one. I didn't build this one yet, and there's a ton of spiders in there. And I released them, and oh boy, they came shooting out the top of all the fences because they can go right through the middle of all the fences. And whoopsie doopsie, um, I made a mistake. So yeah, I died. I almost got away, but I died. Let's see here. Can we? There we go. So we need a slab here. I want to. I need to replace that with like a stone one because I've already made the mistake. I tried to use an axe to kill the spiders at one point in time, and I chopped them out and I let them go. So that was my mistake. We have a nice sword with a bane of arthropods on it to devour the spiders so that they don't harm us. And let's go ahead and knock off this torch. Poof, there's our spiders. They're not happy. They'll come spilling out over to here. And same difference with over here. We go ahead and knock this down. Poof. And close this up. Blammo. And all of our spiders wash up into here to both sides of here, and they just kind of spool up, and I can just cha. And I mean, granted, it's not perfect. They get hung up a little bit, but eventually they'll push each other through, and then I'll be able to score a bunch of experience. Uh, and yeah, that's how we did that. So we finished up that. I'm happy with how that's turned out. And let's head back up to the tippy top. So we're currently trying to re-equip ourselves with enchantments and some gear because I want to go on an adventure to go find either a trial chamber or the end portal. So that would be whatever that's called. I can't remember. The fortress? No. Anyway, we need to look for that. We know what direction it is, but I was thinking I would use leather boots and try to go over the mountain as opposed to what I've been doing, is which is under the mountain. and that's how we ran into the deep dark. And yeah, I guess we'll go over the mountain. I think as we come up here, a lot of things have stayed the same, but some things have changed. I went on a little adventure further south, and I found there's jungle biome not too far away, and so I snagged some bamboo. So now I got scaffolding, which is a score. It's one of my favorite. I call it an end game item because even when I'm near a jungle biome in the very beginning of the game, I always forget to make scaffolding, and I enjoy it so. Am I missing one? How did I get 63? Oh, I put one down when I was making the tree. It's raining right now, my favorite. So I started making a pale forest tree. Granted, it's my same design that I'm working on all the other ones, but just giving it a shot. I'll keep sending up some more branches and stuff. But I always use the same concept. I use a stack of 64, and it's just as far as a stack of 64 can get me up and out is as far as I go for the span of it. And then I take it up one notch each. So if we take up this ladder, each one of the arms stops at some point. So this would be the first one, and then it goes off. And the next one goes up one more block, and then it goes off. And then it keeps going off that way. And then I'll come around again, and I'll find an open spot to the sky, and then I'll send up another arm, bark, edge, whatever. I'll send up another line, and that'll be one more higher than the previous one was. And I just keep spiraling it out. I could probably put up 4 more right now, and that it can change as to what direction I'm going. But I plan on making this one fairly round, thick round, and spirally. And I don't have any of the leaves that I need to fill this up. So we're gonna have to do a lot of leaf trimming. So we're gonna need a good hoe with silk touch, and we're gonna decimate some forest. And yeah, and as you can see here, I set up a bunch of creaking hearts and spots where I can harvest the resin along this row here. Hey, don't be coming after me. Stay. And these guys are my friends because I hit them, and then they give me the stuff that I need. We cleared out some trees here and bone mealed the ground a little bit so that it's a little more grassy. And but they can't come past this edge here. That's well, this guy he will, but he'll hop back up on the edge. So technically they're supposed to stop at this. I say technically, but they'll shove each other off to get to me, and I'll just sit here and hit these guys, and then they'll fill up the blocks over there with the resin, and then during the daytime I can go and snag it. And that's working out. We're going to need a bunch because I noticed that that I could put the resin. I could put the resin inside of the. I'm going to die from a creaking. I can put the resin right on leaves in of themselves. And so I was thinking when I make out the leaves on top of this tree here, I was going to fill it with like little berry areas in the bush, in the leaves and of itself, just not along the branches. Because I'm going all out with the resin because it's fun. and one of the things I was thinking about as I've been working on this was just trying to what's it called, deal with like the real life like standards that you hold other people to. So when it comes to judging other people by their actions or what they're doing or their aesthetics, um I'm brutal, and I seem to not give people the chance that they need, or the space or the creativity as opposed to like what they most likely give me the chance to get. Because I mean, I'm a very eccentric person, and most likely people are giving me a lot of chances and width and breadth and you name it. They let me do my thing without too much of a hassle. And I think I may end up being way more critical of others than they reciprocate more than I do. And that in the end creates a tough like social dynamic, I think. And it also aggravates me so because I'm just it makes let's see, um, it makes me think that others are not thinking in the way that I want them to think, which is entirely not the right way to go about things, right? So that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is trying to um, be um, less critical of others, and try to realize that the excessive eccentricities that make me are being taken up and not being reciprocated by me back onto the folks out there in the real world. Um, like the creakings. They deserve more than me just beating on them in the middle of the night, but I do give them, you know, a nice little place to stay. And I'm stoked about my tree. So our lighthouse now has a decent lantern on top. I got the glass in, I got it tiered up, I got like the top of the lantern on there. Now we need to make a metric crap ton of copper bulbs and redstone lamps maybe. And I want to fill in a bunch of that stuff, um, and kind of tier it up, kind of make a design maybe on in and around the outside edges, so it'll be kind of square. I mean, like I wouldn't say square, but I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of way to redstone it. Because if I can do it with the copper bulbs and the redstone um, lamps, I'll be able to make it so that I can have it come on and go off, for the daylight cycles, which is what I'm excited about. Having the fire is cool, um, but it's always on without having to quench it and then put it back on, which is a possibility. But I think I want to try to do some redstone stuff in here. So, and there's plenty of space. What else would I use this for? And but yeah, we can load it up in there so each side has the redstone and the lamps and stuff like that. And as we keep going up here to the top, we got some lightning rods, and we got all of our stuff from here that we can see. Grab a spyglass. On our adventures, we did score there was a like a ruins kind of type deal down under the water out here, and I scored that. It had map, and the map took me over here somewhere, maybe over here somewhere. Anyway, and we were able to get some more. We were able to get like the heart of the sea, and oh, there's the extra scaffolding that I was missing. So we've had some adventures. We're ready for some more. So we're going to be heading out this way, going through all this snow, and I'm excited. This is going to be a great snow adventure because with the leather boots, I won't be falling into the snow, hopefully, and we'll see how far it goes this way. You can see that it's changing from the mountaintop into the spruce kind of biome right there, and I don't know what goes on past that way. I've only gone out this way more, and it's more grasslandy and flower biome kind of as we go more straight south. But we need to go. That's north east. Yeah, we need to go wagons east this way. Um, that's our next big adventure. Is I'd like to be able to get to the end and do a dragon fight maybe. I think that'd be cool. And then also trial chamber stuff. We still haven't got to do any trial chambers. But that's still not off the table for me. We do need to go get a bunch more copper if we're going to be making all the copper bulbs and redstone stuff. So that's still some work that we're going to need to do. And yeah, I'm excited. It's getting it occupies my mind when whenever I can, and I get distract myself from the way that I'm living reality and getting wrapped up in things and frustrated. I find that I'm just focused in on like my projects, my therapy world here in Minecraft, and the interactions that I've had with the other people um, that have made comments or that are likewise doing their own version of therapy with Minecraft, and it's always enjoyable to hop in and see their perspective and what they're working on. But yeah, that's about what we've been up to. I'm excited to keep at it and see where this goes. Um, the adventure continues, and yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna end up doing something to spruce this up here so that it looks less farm like. But there might be something that we can do where um, the creakings activate what's it called pressure switches because they wander around, and if we can have redstone cruising around and pressure switches, we could have it so that there's note blocks underneath this area, and they can make kind of like a randomized song as they cruise around, and yeah, just trying to make them part of the environment. We got our big tree here. Maybe we might make more than one in this area just for funsies. We like to work on the trees. Maybe try some different styles. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, be well, take care, take luck, and you know, the next time that you see a shooting star, I hope that your day will be bright and shiny. I guess. Oh well. Later.